Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, as so often in recent months, we have a rat run puzzle to do today. But it's not a rat run which is the next in the story sequence. It's called Rat Run 1 year earlier. So it dates back to before Finkz and Finkz have been doing their stuff. And this is, of course, Marty Sears' magnum opus, this incredible series of puzzles. And look, today we learn the names of all the other rats who were in line to be the selected rat. So we've got rats called Albie, Brush, Conker, Dylan, Elba, Finkz, Glitch, Holly, and Ibble. I have no idea where Marty is. I suppose. Okay, so he's chosen names that begin with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. Why he's chosen Brush and Conker and Ibble, I do not know. But anyway, should we read the story? Let's find out what's going on in the story. So I've got the page here because it's got a 100% rating. This one, it came out at 2 a.m. this morning. Final preliminary trial on the 6th of May 1974. Over the weeks, the 250 rats that started these trials have been whittled down to 9. Today's final trial will decide which rat will participate in the full 3-phase study starting in June. Elliot has kindly offered the use of his lab and says he has some exciting ideas of his own that will add extra complexity to the mazes, allowing the chosen rat to be challenged in completely new ways. I don't recall seeing him this enthusiastic about a project before. I am intrigued to find out more. Oh, it's just fantastic, isn't it? It is fantastic. Now, if we skim down a bit, there are a range of comments here. Some of which I'm going to read, actually. Viking Prime says, I still can't believe this is the final season. I wonder if there will be a spin-off series, or at very least a revival series a few decades hence. Viking Prime, I couldn't agree with you more. Calvin Paul says, I can't help but wonder how science would have been different today if Elba had made it. Wonderful puzzle, thanks again, Marty. Silver Scree says, that felt absolutely brutal to break into, but in retrospect it feels quite fair. I can feel us careering towards a finale, and I'm finding myself unexpectedly and quite deeply emotional about it. I look forward to revisiting these puzzles and this story in the future. I totally agree with you, Silver Scree. Okay, and I'm just skimming the rest of the comments. But they're basically all saying it's wonderful. I mean, we wouldn't expect anything less, would we? So anyway, we'll read the rules of this together and tackle the latest rat run. I mean, Wednesdays are like Christmas Day if you're a puzzle solver at the moment. Every time we get to do one of these incredible puzzles, it is fantastic. But let me just skip through some other things that are going on. Firstly, you knew I was dog sitting yesterday. I am indeed dog sitting again today, but it was considered incredibly remiss that I didn't let you see a picture of the dog that I'm sitting for. So I'm putting that right today. There we go. There's little Dillis. Dillis is a remarkably small dog who makes an enormous amount of noise sometimes. But as you can see, very cute indeed. So I will continue to look after Dillis as well as I am able. What else? Oh, I messed up on birthday. Earlier on Monday it would have been, I said very happy birthday to Soter, including from Soter's father, and it should have been today. Soter, I'm very sorry I messed that up, and hopefully you can forgive us for doing Rat Run today, but I think hopefully you did see that Mark did one of your puzzles on Monday evening. Anyway, Soter, I hope another birthday wish from me, and I hope that you get some excellent chocolate cake, of course. What else? Oh, Rat Run merch. Let's have a look at that, because Marty, who is not just a Sudoku wizard, is also a design wizard. So Marty's made this merchandise. This is the most popular thing. The black, anything with the black maze on it. People like that very much. And yeah, so this is all available right now. There's t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of things. So do check that out. Very, very good stuff indeed. And the only other thing I will mention is that over on Patreon, we have our monthly competition up and running, themed on Spider-Man. Do check it out. It's 8 puzzles in all. You've got until the 20th to send in your entry and be in with a chance of winning the competition and coming on to the channel to make a Sudoku video. But looking at my list, I think that's everything. So shall we have a go? At Rat Run, 1 year earlier, by Marty Sears. I'm going to have to try and remember these names, aren't I? But here we go. What do we have to do? We have got, for the final preliminary free roam trial, the 9 shortlisted rats were placed in a 9x9 space, and their movements were observed and recorded. Each of the digits 1 to 9 appeared in each row and column. Okay, so it's basically a Sudoku, although we haven't got 3x3 boxes yet. Observations. Every cell in the grid was visited exactly once. No rat's path contained any repeated digits. Okay, so it's going to be like a chaos construction, isn't it? No rat chose to move diagonally at any point. Every 2x2 area was visited by at least 2 rats. Right. Okay, so that's actually precluding any 3x3 boxes appearing in the grid. You couldn't have, how should I do this? You couldn't have that as a shape because there would be so many 2x2s in it that weren't visited by at least 2 rats. No 2 rats started on the same digit. No 2 rats ended on the same digit. Oh, goodness, Marty, that's evil. What that means is that these numbers are effectively an extra region of the Sudoku, if I'm allowed to call this puzzle a Sudoku. They have to be the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 without repeat. And then wherever the endings of the... hang on a minute. Yeah, okay. No 2 rats ended on the same digits. The endings all have to be different as well. All black currants and red currants were eaten. All black currants and red... Right. Somewhat terrifyingly, my OBS just glitched, which is the way I record the puzzle. And I've restarted my computer as a result because I saw that NVIDIA had a display driver update that was available. So I'm hoping that things are stable again now. The very good thing about recording an OBS is that you don't lose the footage up to the point that it goes crazy or you have a computer crash. So I do think we're okay up to that point in the instructions that I was doing. And it does seem to be trying to record. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay to continue. I really hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, and when I turned on my computer, I had a Facebook message from an old friend of mine, Steve Mulligan. Steve, many happy returns. I got the message in the middle of doing the instructions, which is quite funny. Anyway, where were we? We were told all black currants and red currants were eaten by the rats, and no grapes were eaten. No grapes were eaten. Okay, so this rat isn't going to go into that. It could go into that cell, but it can't also then go into that cell, presumably. Now, black currants. If a black currant sits between 2 digits, one is double the other. So if this was a 4, this digit would either be an 8 because 8 is double 4, or a 2 because 4 is double 2. If a red currant sits between 2 digits, one is odd and the other is even, so they alternate parity. So if this was 2, this could be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. And there's only one more rule. There's no test constraint today. if a grape sits between two digits, they have a difference of at least 5, right? So if this was a 1, this could be 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's how grapes work, and they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So, I know what I'm going to say first, actually. When I was reading the instructions, it had this line. It said no two rats ended on the same digit. And I was confused by that as I read it, but perhaps I shouldn't have been, because what the rules say is that every cell in the grid is visited exactly once, which I think means... I think what Marty's trying to tell us there, let me just go to the colouring tool. Let's look at Finkz. So if Finkz went there, I think what we're being told is that is an impossible... Oh, it's not even 9 cells. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that is an impossible region for a couple of reasons. Firstly, which would be the end cell that had to be different from all other end cells? That's one reason I think this would be problematic, but perhaps a better reason it's problematic is it says every cell in the grid was visited by the rats exactly once. Now, how would Finkz visit each cell in her region exactly once? She could go up here and visit this cell, but then to get to this cell, she'd have to backtrack, and she'd visit all those cells twice. So I actually think that what Marty's saying in not so many words is that Albie, Brush, Conker, Dylan, Elba, Finkz, Glitch, Holly and Ibble, they all form bits of spaghetti. They all start at one end of a spaghetti and end at another end of a spaghetti. So we're not cupcaking today, we're spaghettiing, in the sense that a region is going to have to look like a piece of spaghetti without going through other rats, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's too many. So maybe that could be a region. That's got a start, it's got an end, and it basically operates like a snake or a piece of spaghetti. There's no branches in it, is what we're saying. So anyway, that was one thing I wanted to say, which I noticed as I was reading the instructions. But right, let me just sorry, when the computer goes on and off and you get interrupted, I lose my train of thought. So let's color in all the rats, shall we? So I'll use every color in my palette. So I'll just go in order. So this one can be a green rat, and then my next color is indigo. They are in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I as well. So this is fine. So we'll go grey, lime, purple, orange, red, yellow, blue. Right, so these are my rat colours. And we're being told, now we were told something about what we were and weren't allowed to eat. All black currants and red currants are eaten. And okay, hang on. That's going to be problematic though, isn't it? I mean, I know that those are in the same colour, but I don't know it's one of those colours. Right, what we should do, let's go to the line drawing tool. Let's start to delineate between rat paths. And we were told no grapes were eaten, so we can always do this where there's a grape. And all black currants and red currants were eaten. So let's use red probably. Because what we're saying effectively is that all of these currants, they form paths for some rat or other. So, does this rat join to that? It's the first question that looks quite a good one. Because, that's interesting as well. Because if, what's her name? Holly. If Holly joins to here, Holly has to go there, and then she would have to go here, because we can't have a branch. Holly couldn't do that and that, because she would visit more than one cell. Well, cells would be visited twice in order to form a region like this. So Holly would have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then either she would go up there, or she would go there, and then she couldn't form a 2 by 2 because there's no 2 by 2s in this puzzle. So if Holly did go here, I think Holly either is that shape or that shape. So Holly would be there and those, or there and those. Now, G, glitch. Glitch is not the same colour as the sort of boundary around her. I'm saying glitch is a her. Do we think glitch is a her? I've just noticed Albie is definitely a boy's name, isn't it? Dylan's a boy's name. Ibble, I'm not sure. Conker? Brush? Basil? I don't know. Elba. Elba feels like a distinguished male name. So it's really the name of an island, isn't it? I don't know. Okay. That's not my phone buzzing at me. Please don't be my phone buzzing at me. No, that's fine. Those ones, no, they could belong to Conker, if Conker did that. Or Dylan, if Dylan did that. Forming an electricity sign as Dylan goes electric, controversially, in the puzzle. That would be quality. I don't know. What do we make? How do we start this? Do we? So we've got to draw. It's basically a chaos construction with definitely no 3 by 3s and snakes. I suspect, knowing Marty, it will be something like, how do you get 2 snakes into that part of the grid? So it won't be the obvious. It won't be. Not that anything is particularly obvious, but is it hard to get 2 snake paths or 2 rat paths into the top 2 by 2? Not actually. It's not very difficult at all. It's not blackcurrant logic, is it? So if you have okay. So blackcurrants in the same region can't repeat digits. So where you've got 3 cells joined by 2 blackcurrants, they're going to have to include the digits 2 and 4. Because we're either looking at a situation where we've got a 1, 2, 4 sequence, or a 2, 4, 8 sequence. We couldn't have a 3, 6, 12 sequence, or a 3, 6, 3 sequence, because we'd either repeat a digit or we'd get to a non-Sudoku number. So there's got to be a 2 and a 4 on that sequence, and a 2 and a 4 on that sequence. No, that's a red current. Those 3 are different from that one, because they're all in the same region, and that's a 2 by 2. So that is a different colour. But I think that could be a lot. Maybe that couldn't be A, because I'm not sure. I don't think it could be A, because I think that would not be able to form a snake. So what I'm saying there is, I'm just going to make that an arbitrary colour. And I mean, this could be any of these colours. Literally, I'm not saying what rat this belongs to. I just want to draw that in as an example wall. This cell, let's make it yellow, because yellow's down here. This cell is clearly not indigo by 2 by 2. So I've got to join that to a rat. But I've got to join it to a rat that that where this could either be the last cell of a rat or along a path of a rat. So if this was actually Albi, this would have to be the last cell of Albi, because this definitely isn't Albi because of the grape. So this would have to be the 9th cell of the Albi region. I just don't think it can be, can it? There's just no way that... I mean, if anything, it's going to be the 3rd cell of Albi. It's not going to be the 9th. So that cell is definitively not Albi. But does that mean that indigo isn't Albi? Or maybe it means indigo is Albi. If oh goodness me, I don't even know how to think about this. Well, let's think about it. Let's actually paint it in. If that's Albi, how would that work? Okay, so if this is Albi, in order for Albi to get to this cell, Albi could do this or this, but in some way, yellow is getting a bit trapped, isn't it? Yellow couldn't be Dylan, for example, because if Dylan goes down there, then Albi can't get to this cell. So yellow is going to get out that way. So yellow is a bit constrained there, because yellow looks to me at first blush like it could only belong to Finkz, actually. Because this cell, maybe this is the point. Does this cell have to get to a rat? But it can easily get to Dylan if this isn't Albi. So if I mean, this is very subtle actually, but it's true. Albi is not this sequence, and for this reason, Albi, in order for this 3-cell sequence to be Albi has to join to this cell at some point on Albi's journey. Now, what's the very latest that Albi could join to this cell? Well, if Albi tries not to join to that cell, Albi could take 5 cells before arriving at this cell, which would make this the 8th cell on Albi's path. So Albi would have to go there. Remember, yellow has to get out, so Albi's definitely not going to the top row. So yellow now goes like this to get out in this situation. In fact, that would actually be yellow as well in this situation. But now we've got the problem of what do you connect yellow to? You've got 4 cells from this point. In fact, we've only got 3 because that would have to be yellow, but you can't get to any rat in only 4 cells. It just won't work. And of course, I say of course, there's nothing of course about it, but if Albi makes a quick run, you've got a bigger problem, because now yellow has to go... Well, you've got the same problem. It's just worse, because now Albi's path has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 more cells to run. Can't go to the top row because yellow has to get out, so it's going to go over there somewhere, and then you definitely can't get yellow to a rat. Brush won't reach, not even close. That's a very long region I've just drawn there. Actually, it's not actually. It's only 10. Well, it's just too many. And for some reason, I felt that would be absolutely impossible. But it is impossible, but only just. Okay, so what I'm concluding here is that... Right, so Albi is going to have to get out down column 9. Albi can't join this, we've explained that. Albi can't join indigo. So how does Albi form a spaghetti? Albi's going to have to take that cell. Right, and now this is good. This is good, because once Albi takes this cell, Albie must take all of those cells, because how could Albie not? If another rat came in here, then Albie couldn't connect to this cell without crossing another rat's path. So Albie's going to do this and come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, don't we still have a bit of a problem connecting yellow to a rat? Maybe I might be thinking about this incorrectly. It might have been more logical to think about that cell, work out it couldn't be Albie, and then just ask what rat it could be. I mean, I feel it has to be this one. I feel it has to be Dylan. But feelings are not. How could it be this rat? No, it couldn't be Conker. Because Conker, if yellow is Conker, then indigo is not Conker. So to get yellow and Conker connected is impossible. You'd have to go round Finkz. Now, actually could. Hang on, I hadn't thought of this. No, I think I did think of this. If Finkz. I've had a different idea. Oh, I've had a much better idea. Bishop's moves. Well, no, okay, maybe it doesn't work. Okay, no, it doesn't work. All right, here was my idea. I was then thinking, okay, if we've got strings of spaghetti running through the grid, then the 9th cell on any rat's path must be on the same bishop's colour as the first cell on the rat's path, i.e. the rat itself. Because in order to move 9 cells orthogonally in a grid, you're always going to end up on the same bishop's colour in positions 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. And so I was then thinking, well, that's not on the same bishop's colour as this. But then I realised that's because this could be the final cell on Finksz's path. No, that doesn't work, though. That really doesn't work. If this is Finkz, then in order to get here, Finkz is going to have to surround this indigo piece, which means that this is the final cell on some rat's path. Well, which rat's that? It can't be these rats. These are really close. And if it was some other rat that came in, that's a branching path. That doesn't work. So I don't think that can be Finkz. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It definitely can't be a brush. So it definitely can't be elbow. So its only option is D. That has to be D. And therefore, that is a path. And therefore, this is the 4th cell on Dylan's path. And Dylan is not going electric. We're not getting an electricity symbol. But Dylan is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was going to say this has to be Conker, but I've realised it doesn't. If that was the final cell of some path, then that would be okay. Possibly this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like that might be possible. That wouldn't be branching. And then Conker could maybe do that, or that if that's the 9th cell of another path. This is really interesting. It's not at all solving how I thought it would. But look, I know what I should do. I can draw a path around the grid like this. I can draw a path there. I can draw... No. Be very careful about that, Simon. That is not valid, because I suspect actually that is going to join to Conker. Now, so Albie still needs 3 more cells So Albie can't join to this. Yeah, that's obvious. If Albie was this colour, Albie would be at least 10, 11 cells large, because Albie would do the whole of column 9 plus those 2 cells. So this sequence is either Finkz, Conquer, or Ibble. It's very straightforward if it's Ibble. It's probably... Well, actually, it might simply be impossible for it to be Finkz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's impossible for it to be Finkz. Even if you're efficient, it's a 10-cell region. So it's not. So this is not Finkz. It's either Ibble or Conquer. So if it's Conquer, Conquer can't come down like this, because that's going to trap Glitch in. Glitch couldn't get 9 cells. So Conquer would have to sort of come like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But hang on, we have to be careful with making sure Albie can be a... Albie still has to be a snake. So Albie, it's not acceptable for Albie to do that. That doesn't work. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. Conquer can't come in here. Let's just draw it in. Just do it slowly. So if Conquer came in here like this is the 9th cell of Conquer's path just by count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somehow Albie has to take 3 more cells in a row without cutting off Conquer's path and without making a 2x2. So something like 1, 2, 3, something like that. And you can see that's just making Conquer's path too long. So this is good. This is good. I think this sequence is Ibble. And then these 2 cells must be Ibble as well. Because if anything interfered with Ibble's ability to get to these cells, Ibble would have to go through a wall of another rat's path. So Ibble, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Ibble has to go there, 7. Glitch has to eat. Glitch has to eat a red currant, which he's on. Have I not done that in other places? That would be completely remiss of me. No, okay, I think that's the only example of that, but that's good because that forces Ibble to go further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ibble is done. Ibble, I've done one rat's complete path, and then Glitch has to turn. Mustn't make a 2x2, so that's got to be some other rat. Oh, Albie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Albie's got to come there. If Albie goes there... Oh, no. I was going to say if Albie went there, that would... No, that doesn't work. If Albie went here for her 9th cell, or his 9th cell, how would we deal with this pentomino? C would have to be indigo, wouldn't it? So we'd have to do this, which means this can't be anything. It couldn't belong to a rat. No rat can get to this cell, and if C goes into this cell, C can't go into the indigo stretch because you'll make a 2x2. So Albie has to go down, and that finishes off Albie. That's going to extend Glitch. Oh, this is now looking very... Well, what's this? Is that Finkz, or is it Holly, or is it even Elba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could be Elba. Could be Elba. It can't be. I don't think it can be Conquer, because this Glitch thing has to grow to be 9 cells large, and then Conquer would have to come round the edge to get this cell. So this cell, I think... Actually, it might not be able to be Holly, because that would be the 9th cell of Holly. How would Holly do that, given we couldn't make 2 by 2s? You couldn't do it. It is on the bishop's colour. Bishop's colour. That is legitimate. That's undoubtedly the final cell of a... Right. That is undoubtedly the final cell of a path, because it's a cul-de-sac. So it needs to be on the same bishop's colour as a rat. Now, which rats work? Actually, Holly does work, but if Holly goes here, for example, she'd have to do a really wide loop. And if she goes there, how does she get to this cell? It's impossible. You can't do it. So Holly is not this one. Finkz is on the wrong bishop's colour, so Finkz is not there. C can't get there, so I think it has to be... Yeah, it's going to have to be Elba. So that's purple. So now... Right. Now, if we just use our minds to envisage the path that Elba takes, without specifying it, you can see there's going to be a wall of Elba connecting this to this. Somehow that, there's going to be a wall of Elba. The Great Wall of Elba. So, what rat is going to be in this area of the grid? It's going to have to be Holly, isn't it? I mean, what's this one's called? Brush. Brush can't get there without making a 2 by 2. So Holly has to live in this space of the grid without making a 2 by 2. So Elba, so this little connection of digits there is made up of Elba and Holly. And Holly is going to clearly be on the outside of Elba. So that is forced. Elba goes there. Holly can't branch, so those have to be Elba. And now we have to just close Elba up. So Holly, 1, 2, 3. So Holly does go up column 1, which is something we thought about earlier on. Elba's finished. And slowly but surely we are managing to work out where the rats move. Okay. Now, okay, maybe is this conquer? If it was conquer would have to continue, and then Dylan would have to continue. In fact, if it's conquer, because you'd have to do that, you would have to do that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know, that doesn't look impossible to me. The other option is that conquer is not part of this indigo string, so conquer would have to then go that way. And most of that path would also be forced by glitch and by Finkz. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so conquer would do this sort of thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's impossible. No, I'm wrong. No, hang on. 4, 5. No, I think it is impossible. Genuinely, I do think it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe not. No, it is impossible. It is impossible. The reason is, if we sort of we don't have to visualize it. Let's actually paint it in. I can see there's a problem up here. If conquer goes this way, you can see glitch gets forced around the outside. That's some pop song, isn't it? So like this. So conquer has to go up here. Conquer hasn't finished yet, by the way. Conquer's only had 8 cells at this point. But Finkz is going to go up here. But can you see the problem? The problem is this area of the grid, into which I have to get 2 different rats. Now, the only 2 rats that can reach that 2 by 2 a Finkz at this point. Finkz has got plenty of spare cells, and brush. But brush is clearly on the outside of Finkz. So brush would have to hug the perimeter like this, and that's about 1 million cells, the size of that region. 1, 2, 3, it's maybe more than 1 million. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just thousands of cells. It's not right. You can't do that. So I don't think Conquer can go this way. I think Conquer is, at long last, we have proved that Conquer is this original indigo segment, and that's going to force this. It's going to force Conquer into this blackcurrant, because she can't make a 2x2 here, and that's going to finish off Dylan. So Dylan goes there. We can do some of Conquer's path. This, right, that's got to be the final cell of a path, which is definitely not glitz or glitch, because that wouldn't be 9 cells, and any rinky-dink would cause a 2x2. So something is coming down there. It can't be Finkz. Finkz, it would make either a 2x2 or a... it couldn't be the 9th cell. Right, so that has to be brush, which is not what I was expecting, actually. I mean, logically, it's like the Sherlock Holmes axiom. When you've eliminated the impossible, all that is left, however unlikely, is that brush is connected to that, which is going to force glitch along here, brush along here. So is that always the shape of glitch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's glitch. So brush has to come out. So Finkz has to go over the top. Now, hopefully, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. That's correct. Now, Conquer is going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Conquer's going to have to go there for a 9th in order that Finkz gets row 1, column 1. There we go. That does actually work. Isn't that lovely? That's very different to a normal rat run, but no less enjoyable. Okay, I think I've drawn in all the paths. So what do we have to do now? Okay, now we have to put the numbers in the grid. We've got... Yeah, so it's just a chaos construction. And what's going to give us them? We can get rid of the ready things, can't we? We don't need them anymore. They were trying to tell us which rats were eating which things. So it looks like Holly's got the most information in her region. Yeah. Okay. Holly has 3 separate dominoes of blackcurrants. Now, in Sudoku, if you're looking for digits that can be in a doubling relationship with other digits, the only digits that work are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Think about 5, 7, and 9. How could they be in a blackcurrant relationship? 5, double it, you get 10. Halve it, you don't get an integer. The same is true for 7. The same is true for 9. You get 2 big digits if you double them, and non-integers if you halve them. So 5, 7, and 9 are going to be in those cells. Now 2 of those are on red currants. So this digit and this digit have to be even. Yeah, you can put 1 and 3 on black currants and they are valid. And this one is on a grape. I mean, you can't, what do we know about grapes? You can never put 5 on them because there's no Sudoku digit that's 5 different from 5 at least. I mean, if that was 4 or 6, this would be 1 or 9. That would be restricted. But if it's 2 or 8, it's really not. Oh, Marty, have you set like an evil irregular Sudoku here? It could be like law of leftovers stuff. Let me try and spot a good example of that. Yeah, I mean that cell. Where does that cell go in lime green? Because this rat thing, say this was it can't be 5. Say it was a 4, then it couldn't go in any of those cells. So it's always going to go there. Yeah, okay. In fact, that digit is going there. Actually, I might make it A. It's Albie's digit. And then it's going there. So it is a 2 or a 4. That's really interesting. That digit is 2 or 4. Because it's in the center of this black dot sequence, and we said that a black dot sequence within this, where the 3 digits have to be different, was either going to be 1, 2, 4, or 2, 4, 8. So this digit is 2 or 4, which means this digit is 2 or 4. This digit is 2 or 4. Now, nearly. Well, okay, let's keep going with that, because that digit is actually the same digit as these 3. Because this digit, whatever it is, it's the same. It has to appear in orange, but it can't now be in any of those cells, and it can't be on the rat, because all the rat cells are meant to be different from one another, so it's got to go there. And this is on a grape, so this is lower than 5. So in order for this to be sufficiently different from 2 or 4, if this was 4, this would have to be 9. If it's 2, it can be 7, 8, or 9. But it has to be, so those 4 digits are all the same. And that digit's got to go into indigo. I think it's got two possibilities. Let me just label it there. I think it's in one of those 2 cells. And it's got to go into red. It's in one of 3 cells there. And it's got to go into purple. It's in one of 4 cells there. And it's got to go into... Well, it is 2 or 4, isn't it? So it's... okay. So it's not that digit. So in column 1, it's... In column 1, it can't be this one, because it sees it in its row. It could be that one, could be that one, could be that one, I think. So I think it's in 3 possible positions in... but hang on, it's got to be in the end of a region as well, doesn't it? That was a rule. So this digit, which we're calling Albie, the Albie digit, the digit that is in the Albie rat, that's got to be in the end of a region. So is that one? It's one of the... It can't be in that one. Because that's... Oh, hang on, that's a rat. I could have just got rid of that straight away. But it definitely can't be there. Does it have to be here? I mean, it must be one of those, because it's 2 or 4, so it's definitely not the end of that region. In fact, hang on. It's not that digit either. It's in one of these 2 cells, because it must be on a 3-cell black dot sequence, a 2 and a 4. I think it does. I'm just trying to say which end cell. Whether it's 2 or 4, it must be in the end cell of a rat path. And I think the only one available is this one, which is going to place this digit, which is 2 or 4, in this region here. Oh, I've seen what this is going to do. Oh, Marty, you are a total genius. This is good. There's loads going on now. I've managed somehow to get the A digit. Oh, could it not be that one? Maybe it could actually. All right, that doesn't matter. That's not the point I've spotted anyway. Yeah. So what I want to think about is I have worked out that this digit and this digit are the same digit. Now, if they were both 4, what would that mean for indigo? This would be a 9 on this grape, and this would be a 9 on this grape, and we'd have 2 9s in this region. That can't be right. So what we're being told here is that this digit is 2. This is 2. This is not 2. And 2 is fine on grapes because it has 3 possible neighbours. So it's not nearly as restricted. Aha, look at this. So now this 2 is in the middle of these black currants, so it is surrounded by 1 4. I mean, this is quite deliberate, by the way. It's quite deliberate. Marty has set this up so that this digit propagates down. I don't know whether he could have. I don't know whether he could even have designed this to do this at some early point. I wouldn't put it past him. Now, what does this mean? That's going to be the next question, isn't it? What does this mean? So this digit is now, so there's a 2 in one of those, which means this isn't a 2. Is that meant to do something? Wow, I don't know. I don't know. I know one of these is a 2. So it's either this. So this is, if this is 2, this is going to be 4. This is going to be 8, which would make this a 6 on the grape. So this would be a 1. That would be a 2. I don't think that works, actually. I feel like I've got too many 2s in this region. Okay, I can see this a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask where those 4 digits here go in Ibble's region. These 4 digits. Now, in Ibble's region, it looks to me like they must be those 4 digits, mustn't they? So 2 of these are 5, 7, 9, which can't go on black dots. So 2 of these 3 cells are 5, 7, or 9. If this was a 6, 3 pair, if this was 6 and this was 3, this digit would be a 3 or a 6. Well, it's definitely not, because it's on this 3-cell black currant sequence. So that's definitely not 6. This is 4 or 8. So this digit is 1, 2, 4, or 8. Right, so in this row now, I've got, I don't know what this is actually. This is what started me to think about this. But if this is 4, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 1. So now this is a 2-4 pair. It must be, because we know 2 and 4 always appear on this sequence. And I've got this as not being able to be 4 now. Why? Why can't that be 4, 2, 1? I don't know. I feel like okay, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure I trust my own pencil marking. I mean, it's certainly true. In fact, let's delete everything. It's certainly true that these are all from 1, 2, 4, 8. And it's certainly true that the central digit is 2 or 4. That much is definitely I'm very comfortable with. Now, why did I think... Oh, was it because I got rid of 2 here? If I get rid of 2 here, what does that do to our panoply of options? I don't know. So I do know there's definitely a 2 in that domino. That's true. And if this is 2, why couldn't it have gone 1, 2, 4? Oh no, that wouldn't work now. That would break this black dot. Yeah, once this black dot can't be 3, 6, it needs to have a 2 or a 4 on it. Because it's either going to be 1, 2, 2, 4, or 4, 8. Well, if this was a 2, 4 pair, this would be a 1, 8 pair, and 1 and 8 are not in a doubling relationship. So it was right. Okay, sorry, I didn't trust my pencil marks. But this is now a 2, 4 pair. And now this digit's an 8. That's so beautiful, Marty. You've done it again. Why? Why is this an 8? Well, let's look at this digit. This digit here, and ask where it goes in purple. That digit, I don't know where it goes. It's in one of those 3 cells. But therefore, this cell sees this cell via purple, and it sees this cell in its own row, so it can't be 2 or 4. So this digit is 8. And therefore, this digit is 4 on its black dot. So that's 4. That's a 2 in the corner. This is a... well, it's a black currentable digit, but it's got to be 5 different from 8 at least. So it's 1, 2, or 3. I think all of this is now... This is not 4. This is a 1 by Sudoku, because this is a 1, 2, 4 sequence. And these digits up here, I mean, it's an excessive pencil mark, but forgive me. They've got to be these 3 digits, don't they? But because of this sort of law of leftovers thing we've been working with. So one of these, that we don't have any more 8s here, one of these is a 1, 2 pair, which we might be able to get that now. How could this couldn't be a 1, 2 pair? It can't have 2 on it. So that's got to be a 3, 6 pair, which means this is a 1, 2 pair, and we know the order. So now the 2, which is, I think I can get all my 2s, that's the point, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's the 9th. We've done all the 2s. All your 2s belong to us. 4 has to be in one of those 3 cells by Sudoku. Okay. That's definitely a win for the goodies. That is definitely a win for the goodies. As I keep looking down at OBS in the bottom right to check it's still recording, but I think it is. Right, there's got to be a 1 in one of those cells. Okay. There's some digits that are not allowed to be on rats. Only. I think we've only discussed. Ah, hang on. This is on a grape. So that's 7, 8, 9. This black dot is 3, 6 because it can't involve 1, 2, or 4. So it can't involve an 8. That's got to be a 3, 6 pair. This black dot is either 4, 8 or 3, 6. It can't involve a 2. So these other grey digits here are the digits 5, 7, 8, 9, in case that's going to be... These can't be 8 because of Sudoku. So 8 is in one of 2 places. Have we had a rat that is an 8 yet? Probably not. We could... I mean, yeah, it's not desperately obvious, is it? Where we look next, those 4 digits have to be these 4 digits in the green region. Now the 2 is placed, so these digits are from 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 by sort of law of leftovers type logic. I'm getting overly pencil marky here, aren't I? I really have to try and concentrate on not doing that. Oh, this is good. Right, this cell here can't be a 6 because 6 only has one neighbour on a grape, and that's the digit 1. And if I put 1 there, apparently I can't put 1 anymore in purple. So that's going to be 3. That's going to be 6. Now 3 can be next to 8 or 9 on a grapey thing. Now I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple in indigo. That feels like it's trying to do something for me, doesn't it? How do we do that? I don't know. This 8 is looking at that cell, so that's a ratty 9 there. Okay, so that gives me a 7, 8 pair. Why is my okay? I can't deal with that now. This is a 5, 7 pair at the top of this column, right? So these 2 digits are. This is perfect. This 5, 7 pair, knock those down to being 8 or 9. This 9 sees that one, so I now got an 8 in a rat, which is conquer. I've got a 9 in a. No, not in a rat. I've got 8 coming out of these cells by Sudoku. 8 coming out of this cell. This 8 means this is a 7, so this is an 8. I've got a rat here that can't be a 9 anymore because of this. So, okay, so what rats have we discovered so far? We've discovered a 9, we've discovered an 8, we've discovered a 2. We've got a 5 or a 7 there. We might have to label them or something like that, I think. But there might be easier pickings if I can just spot them. No, okay, that can't be an 8. Okay. That's quite interesting. No jokes at my expense. Look, these digits here. Oh, hang on, that doesn't work then, does it? Because didn't one of those have to be an 8? Or am I going crazy? So I labelled these cells. This is going to be the 8. No, this is good. This is good. Right. I think what I did earlier was I looked at those 4 and then pencil marked those options into these because they have to appear in green. But now these can't be 8, so these can't be 8. So where do we put 8 in the blue region? It has to be exactly there. So maybe 8s is where I should be thinking more, or the place I should be considering in more detail. 8 is a bit restricted in dark green. Not hugely, but a little bit. Actually, it doesn't. The shapes don't lend themselves to getting all the 8s, unfortunately. I don't think they do, anyway. I mean, oh goodness, I've just spotted something else. This is crazy. Look at the indigo region. It ends in a 7. So that can't be a 7, or grey would end in the same digit. That's vicious. I really hope I'm not going to have to do that all the way through. I will be terrible if I have to spot things like that. Okay, let's pencil mark row 4. We need 1, 4, 5, 6. But we might be able to do better. That can't be 1. That can't be 4. Oh, is that really all I get for that? These two. One of those has to be a 3. I can't see how to do that. Okay, let's try column 2 then. 1, 3, 4, 6. So this is 1, 3, or 4. No, that was not where to look. That's really... Oh, can I use the rat thing to get rid of anything from there? Because right, what rats have we had now? Have I had more than I had before? Yeah, maybe this is what I have to do. I might have to actually pencil mark either pencil mark the starts of rats or the end of rats according to what I can and can't have. Like I've had a 3 at the end of this path. So what I could do is, I could go there and say that's not a 3, for example. I don't want to do that, but maybe that's sensible. Or this rat. That is 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. But we've had a 9. Have we had 3, 5, 6, or 7? Oh, the 9 was up there anyway. Bother. Okay, that doesn't work. 5 in lime green is in one of these 3 cells. So it is not there. I mean, it could be picking away at digits like that, which would be a terrifying prospect. 8 has appeared as a final digit. I almost need there's no spaces. No, I was wondering whether I could click on something outside the grid to try and keep track of which final digits and which first digits I've actually had. I mean, this digit has to appear in this row somewhere, and it can't repeat in red. So it's 3 or 6 from this cell, 5, 7, or 9 from this cell. So, but we know it's a rat, so it can't be a 9. So that's 3, 5, 6, 7, same as this one. So that's 3 rats that are selected. So that maybe there's only one rat that can start with a 4. What can this rat be? It could be a 4 as well, I think. I think 4 is one, and it could be 1, 3, 5, 7, possibly. Oh, golly. Okay, that's terrible. This is not how to do it. There's something, I think, a lot more straightforward. I just need to spot what it is. Right. Where do we look? It could be a grape that I've not spotted. There's a grape here, grape here, grape here, grape here, grape here. Okay, it's not one of those. It could be a parity. Is there a reason this is restricted in parity? Or it could be a black currants? Do I somehow know what goes on there? Don't think so. Not certain, but don't think so. Hang on. This digit here, if we look at from a law of leftovers perspective, this digit can't be 7. You wouldn't be able to put 7 into this purple region. It can't be 5 for the same reason. That is 3 or 6. That's nearly really good, but not quite good enough. 6. because it doesn't tell me the parity of this one. But that digit then it's not that one, is it? In row 7, it's that one. So that is 3 or 6 then, which means these are the 1-4 pair. Now, that means this is not a 1 or a 4. So that's 3 or 6 as well. Maybe it's something to do with 3 6s and colouring them or something. Okay, those two digits are the same. So this digit is the same as that digit. So that's 5, 7, or 9 in this region. And that's a 5, 7, 9 triple, which means this digit is a 4. Good grief. And this 4 means this is 4. So I've got a ratty 4 there. I wasn't expecting that. So this is not ratty 4. This is not ratty 4. And with my 5, 7, 9 triple, I still haven't put 3 and 6 into indigo. So this is a 3, 6 pair. So these don't include 6 anymore. So this digit is 1, 4, or 5 by Sudoku. It's not 4 by Sudoku, so it's now 1 or 5. Yeah, we've only got odd digits left to place in row 5. And I must be better off on my rats now, surely. I'm sure I am somehow. But it clearly is quite law of leftovery, this, isn't it? That I'm having to work quite hard on law of leftovers, and I've only got 5 minutes because I have to go out. But at least I think if I've broken the back of it, I won't feel very guilty if I have to take a quick pause. But I don't think we're a mile away from solving it. Maybe if I can get one more deduction in the next couple of minutes, it might flow. Let's hope that's true. So from a rat perspective, I've got 3, 5, 6, 7 into those two. 5, 6 here. There should be one more rat. Oh, it's this one, is it? So 3, 6, 5, 7 are the 4 rats I haven't found. I think 3, 5, 6, 7. And is there anything we can say about any of those? We can say one of these is a 3, so that isn't a 3. But I mean, things like that are not probably what we have to do. Or maybe I've got to keep track of the fact I know those digits are the same. 1, 4, 5. I know one of these is a 6. Is that somehow helpful? If I knew that was a 6, I would know this was 4, 8. Okay, I haven't got anything at the moment. What do I need into this column then? I need 5, 7, 8, 9. Now, there is a 7 and a 9 in this one. And there is a 5 in this one. And in this one, there's not very much. But what that does... that's quite good. So now in the orange region, where is 4? I don't know, but it's in one of those cells. Which means this digit is a 1. And this digit is a 4. Now, does that do anything for me? Now, this is not a 4, so this is not an 8. 1 has to appear in orange. It is now there. So that's... Oh, I hadn't got that. I think that was available if I'd seen it. I didn't realise I hadn't got it. So this is a 5. I've now got 7 and 9, which are those two digits, aren't they? Because they have to appear in column 9. So this rat is not 7 anymore. And where's 7? Oh no, I thought I was going to get the 7, but I don't quite get it. Ah, but I get that digit for the price of nothing. That's a 3. Which turns out to be absolutely hideously unuseful. That's distressing. Okay, and I think I've underused all of this stuff I've just earned. So I've really got to pay attention and try and get this row maybe? 1, 5 and 8 left to place. Can we do anything with that? Ah, yeah, we can. That's naked. That's hard to see. That is hard to see. This digit is a naked single. It sees 1 and 8 in the column and everything else in the row. So that is a 5, which makes this rat a 6. Now, if that's a 6 rat, what can we do with that? We can get rid of 6 from here. So which rat? Where's the other rat that I haven't done? Because it can't just be these two. There must be another. Oh, it's this one. Ah, so that's a 3. So that's a 5. That's a 7. That's a 9. Okay. Now that might do some thingies for us, maybe. These two digits are a 3-6 pair now. Whoa. So I've got a 3-6 pair in this column. This digit's become an 8. This has become a 4. Therefore, this is not a 4. In this column, we need a 1 and a 9. I can do the 1 because it can't be in the same region it's already been in. And, oh, really, I'm running out of time, but never mind. In this column, what do I need? 3, 6. 3, 5, 6, is it? Into these cells. And that can't be 3. Oh, I bet you it's to do with the last digit in a region. Yeah, we've had a 5 at the end of a region already. So that has to be a 6. I mean, that's absolutely vicious, isn't it? So this is now 5. It sees everything else. Therefore, that's a 7 by the mechanism of nonsenses that we're trying to navigate here. This is a 5. That's probably been available forever by the looks of things. That's now become an 8. So we get a 7-9 pair here. This has become a 6. And this has become a 6. That's become a 3. And okay. All right. I think slowly but surely we are getting there. 1, 4. This is a 5, therefore. Let's get rid of that pencil marked 8. I need a 1, 1, 6, 8 at the top here. So that's naked. This is a 1, 6 pair in the top corner. No, the 7, 9 doesn't reveal what it is. This column 5, 3, 7, 8 to place. So the 3 can only go here. 7 goes here. 8 goes here. Ah, this is a parity dot. So I need an even digit that's got to be a 4 or a 6. Somehow that's not resolved. That's extraordinary. Is that really not? Oh no, it is resolved. Right, I was going to say that feels very harsh. Now this is a 7 or a 9. That gives me a 7 and a 9 in this row. So this is a 4 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 8. We can do it. 8, 5, 5, 4, 4, 1. What do we need in this? 6, 9. Yeah, that's good. 9, 6, 6, 3. We need a 1 in that column. That does my 1. That does my 6. What do I need in this row? 3 by the looks of things. So something has got to undo these 7s and 9s. Oh, it'll be the funny rule about not having repeated digits at the end of. So where I've got a 7 at the end of that one. So that has to be 9. That's absolutely brutal to unwind the deadly pattern at the end. And there we go. Boom. Yes. Preliminary phase completed. Trial date 06 of the 5th, 1974. All 9 remaining rats performed magnificently, but one rat went above and beyond, displaying innate flair and understanding of numbers by visiting the digits 1 to 9 in perfect numerical order. I had a feeling there was something special about Finkz, and I must admit I'm delighted at this result. She will begin tackling the mazes next month, starting with Primer. Once the designs for Phase 1 are complete and Elliot has fully tested the technology, I can't wait to fully explore what Finkz is capable of, and more than anything, I'm excited to be working more closely with my friend. Marty, you are a genius. Loved it. Loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.